dismisses Agboola Ajayi's appeal against Governor Yedatiwa's candidacy. Kebbi State government confirms an outbreak in 3 local governments. Death toll at 26. On the foreign scene, U.S.-Ukrainian officials hold talks hours after Moscow hit by largest ever drone attack. Good evening. This is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. I am Femi Ojo. We begin at the National Assembly as the House of Representatives has called for the suspension of the increase in transaction charges on automated teller machine ATM and the stoppage of free ATM withdrawals for customers from other banks in Nigeria. The motion, which was moved by a member, Marcus Onobun, drew the attention of the House to a circular by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to that effect. Lawmakers were worried that these would impose additional financial burdens on Nigerians. The House asked the CBN to suspend the policy pending proper engagement with the relevant committees in banking, finance, and financial institutions. On February 10, the Apex Bank announced that a 100 naira charges will be deducted per every 20,000 naira withdrawal on ATMs other than the customer's bank. The charges took effect from the 1st of March.
Note that according to the new policy, the customers' withdrawals from other bank ATM will continue to enjoy free withdrawals. However, a fee of 100 naira per 20,000 naira withdrawals will be applied to customers from other banks transacting from ATMs within the bank premises. Similarly to customers from other banks transacting from ATM outside the premises of the banks, mall, marketplace, and public places. Disturbed that the citizens of Nigeria are already grappling with the multiple economic hardship, including high inflation, electricity tariff hike, and numerous banking service charges that significantly reduce the disposable income and negatively impacting on the economic welfare of its citizens. Worried that the imposition of additional ATM withdrawal charges will further limit the financial inclusion of Nigerians by discouraging low-income earners from accessing bank services, thereby contradicting the CBN financial inclusion agenda. Cognizant of the fact that the banking sector has continued to record significant profits, imposing further charges on customers without corresponding improvement in service delivery or infrastructure is unjustifiable. Note that the role of government includes protecting its citizens from exploitative financial practice that may lead to further economic distress. Accordingly resolved to urge the Central Bank of Nigeria to immediately suspend the implementation of this policy pending proper engagement with the relevant committees on banking, finance, and financial institutions.
In the meantime, the House of Representatives has directed the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, to ensure the blocking of all pornographic sites in the country. The House wants the Commission to compel all internet service providers to block all such contents with immediate effect. Dalhatu Tafoki, an All Progressives Congress APC lawmaker from Katsina State, sponsored the motion. While presenting the motion, Honorable Tafoki emphasized that cyber pornography is a growing global concern and noted that Nigeria has not done enough to tackle the issue. According to him, Nigeria is a highly religious country where major faiths preach against and prohibit nudity and obscenity. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, subjected the motion to a voice vote, where the lawmakers voted in support of it.
Aware that Nigeria is a highly religious country and all the major religions in the country have forbidden nudity and obscenity in any form. Also note that the countries across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East have enacted legislation that ban pornography in their domains. Aware that renowned psychologists and sociologists around the world have issued stern warning on the psychological, sociological, and mental consequences of viewing pornography contents. Concerned deeply that some of the immediate effects of viewing pornography contents include A, causing deception in marriage and which may later on affect family life. B, promoting adultery, prostitution, and many oral expectations that can result in dangerous, promiscuous behavior. C, leading to addiction, escalation, desensitization, and the acting out sexually by one person. D, change of attitude toward oneself and his family. Resolve 2. 1. Urge the Nigerian Communication Commission, NCC, to direct the internet service providers operating in the country to take immediate steps to block all websites that host obscene and pornographic content. 2. Also urge the Nigerian Communication Commission to apply the full rigors of the Nigerian Communication Act and National Information Technology Development Act NIDA against the defaulting internet service providers. And finally, mandate the Committee of Communication and Legislative Compliance to ensure implementation and report within 4 weeks for further legislative.
In the Red Chamber, the Senate has asked the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to conduct by-elections to fill the vacant seats in the Edo Central and Anambra South Senatorial District. The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, announced this during plenary today, officially declaring the vacancies. The Chamber had declared the Edo Central seat vacant in 2024 following the inauguration of Monday Okpebholo as governor of Edo State in December after his election. Similarly, the Anambra South seat has remained unoccupied since the passing of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah in July 2024. INEC had previously stated in January 2025 that it was awaiting a formal request from the Senate before proceeding with a by-election for Anambra South. With both senatorial districts currently unrepresented in the upper legislative chamber, Akpabio urged INEC to conduct the elections to restore representation for the affected constituencies.
But I thought we had earlier done it. Distinguished colleagues, this may sound repetitive. Further declare vacant, but I thought we had earlier or announced the vacancies already existing. But just to in the further declare vacant in Anambra State or announce the vacancies in our late brother's senatorial district in the late distinguished Senator Ifeanyi Ubah State, and also our late brother's senatorial, our departed colleague, who is now the governor in Edo State. And also, two seats are hereby declared vacant, and we urge INEC, the governor, to immediately conduct, in line with the Constitution, elections to fill those two vacancies.
While President Bola Tinubu has requested the Senate to confirm the appointment of 5 nominees as resident electoral commissioners, RECs, for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. In a letter addressed to Senate President Godswill Akpabio today, President Tinubu stated that the nominations were in line with Section 154, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which empowers the President to appoint electoral commissioners subject to Senate approval. The 5 nominees are Umar Yusuf Garba, Kano, Sahad Umar Bauchi, Chukwuemeka Ibiziako, Anambra, Mohammed I. Ngoshe, Borno, and Dr. Owede Kusioma, Ila, Bayelsa.
Request for confirmation of appointment of commissioners for the Independent National Electoral Commission. In compliance with the provisions of Section 1541 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I am pleased to forward for confirmation by the Senate the appointment of the following 5 nominees as resident electoral commissioners in the Independent National Electoral Commission. Electoral name Omar Yusuf Garba, Independent National Electoral Commission. Kano State name Sahat Yusuf Garba, Omar National Electoral Commission. Bauchi State, Kano State name Chukwuemeka Ibesiako, Bauchi State. From Anambra State, Muhammad Chukwuemeka Ibesiako from Borno State, Dr. Ewede Kosiama Eli from Bayelsa State. This is dated 5th day of March 2025. While hoping that the Senate will consider and confirm the nominees in the usual expeditious manner, please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest in the usual.
And here in Osun State, a bill seeking to upgrade the Osun State College of Health Technology Ilesha to a polytechnic status today scaled through first reading at the Osun State House of Assembly. The bill, among other bills, was at the center of discussion during a plenary session today. Tobi Sanusi has more on this.
Presiding over today's plenary, the Speaker, Adewale Egbedu, reads out the order of the day, among which is the first reading of the Osun State Polytechnic of Health and Management Sciences, Ilesha Establishment Bill 2024.
The Osun State Polytechnic of Health and Management Sciences, Ilesha Establishment Bill 2024, be read for the first time. If there is support, say aye. If there is support, say aye. There is
The executive bill, Osun State College of Health Technology and Management Sciences Establishment Bill 2024, which was read in a letter from Governor Ademola Adeleke at yesterday's plenary, will see to the upgrading of the institution to a polytechnic and regulation of its activities when passed into law. Another executive bill that scaled first reading is the Osun State Startup Bill 2024, which seeks to enhance the creation and development of an enabling environment for technology-enabled startups in Osun State. The bill also seeks to provide a legal framework for the development of startups in the state, with a view of positioning the state ecosystem as a leading digital technology in Nigeria. Also at the plenary, a bill to protect and cater for victims of crimes and another bill to guide and control the operations of the markets in the state were introduced on the floor of the House.
I humbly present before the Honorable House the resulted of the Osun State Market Authority Bill 2025. Mr. Speaker, as you are all aware, the world is evolving, and in order to adapt to the changes of the modern world, there is an urgent need to change with it. Osun State is blessed to be one of the states fast developing and growing business, population, infrastructure, and so on. The rate of growth of markets and the result is unexpected. Thus, there is an urgent need for a law to guide and control the operation of our markets in the state. The Osun State Victims Assistance and Witness Protection Bill 2025. I humbly present before the Honorable House through the resulted office the Osun State Victims Assistance and Witness Bill 2025. Mr. Speaker, it is observed, though sadly, that there are no specific legislations enacted to protect or render any form of assistance to victims of crime in the state. The few and scanty general provisions in the Administration of Criminal Justice Law 2018 are out of tune with the specific needs of victims of crime. The law only caters for provision of financial support for witnesses who are securing the attendance of one with the process of justice. As much as law free and strive to have a state where there is no pleading place for criminals, it is also imperative that the same energy be exerted in the provision of adequate support for those who, by circumstances, become victims of crime.
The bills, Osun State Victims Assistance and Witness Bill 2025 and Osun State Market Authority Bill 2025, are both sponsored by the Chief Whip, Olawale Akirele. The House, however, dissolved into Committee of Whole for more amendment talks on the Osun State Sports Commission Bill 2025. Earlier yesterday, Osun State Emergency Management Agency Amendment No. 1 Bill and Road Traffic and Vehicles Inspection Services Bill scaled through first reading during the plenary. Closing the deliberations for the day, the The House adjourned till March 17 for the next plenary session. Toby Sanusi, Western Spring Television News.
To the court. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has dismissed the appeal filed by Agbola Ajayi of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, against the candidacy of Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa of the All Progressives Congress, APC. In the lead judgment delivered by Justice Lawal Garba, the Apex Court dismissed Mr. Ajayi's appeal on the ground that it was filed out of time and he lacked the right to file the lawsuit being from another party. The court added that the matter is an internal affair of the defendant's party. The Apex Court further affirmed that the case was statute-barred, upholding the decisions of the lower courts. Consequently, the appeal was dismissed with the court ordering Agbola Ajayi to pay the 2 million naira in cost to each of the respondents. Ajayi had sought to nullify the election of Deputy Governor Laide Adelami over allegations of discrepancies in his name change, as well as challenging the legitimacy of Aiyedatiwa and the APC in the case. In Rivers State, Governor Siminalayi Fubara has assured that his administration will implement the Supreme Court judgment to the fullest. The governor gave the assurance during the inauguration of the new judges' quarters in the OGRA, Port Harcourt, today. Governor Fubara insisted that no personal interest should override the collective good and peace of Rivers State, adding that no price will be too much to pay for peace. He noted that since the crisis started, a lot of money and resources that should have been channeled to the development of the state had been wasted by both sides.
It has not been an easy 16 months. But what is important is the interests of our state must be above our personal interests. I want to say it here, very loud and clear to everyone. The Supreme Court has given a judgment. My administration is going to implement the judgment to its fullest. The reason is clear. It's not about me. It's about the good of this state. We can imagine the kind of waste that has taken place in both sides. These are money that if we have used it in the affair of this state, there would have been a lot of things to show. Thank God we're where we are today. I can assure you publicly that any day, anytime, I have not gone back by that my statement. Nothing is too big to pay for peace in this state. Because at the end of the day, it's about our people. It's not about me. I will live, but the good work that I've done will speak and will defend my protest.
The security matters. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has reiterated the force's ban on the public parade of suspect body operatives of the Nigerian Police Force. The Force Public Relations Officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, disclosed this, noting that the ban aims to uphold the fundamental human rights of every citizen and adhere to global best practices in policing, which prohibits the public parade of suspects before formal charges are filed in a court of law. He also called on the public and media to adhere to the directive, noting that responsible reporting and adherence to ethical journalistic practices are vital in maintaining public trust and ensuring a fair and impartial justice system.
The Inspector General of Police of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, IGP Olukayode Adeolu Egbetokun, PhD, NPM, has reiterated the ban on the public parade of suspects by the operatives of the Nigeria Police Force. This commitment by the Inspector General of Police aims to uphold the fundamental human rights of every citizen and adhere to global best practices in policing by reiterating the standing directive prohibiting the public parade of criminal suspects before formal charges are filed in the court.
The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has activated its standby force to curb terrorism and other transborder crimes in the sub-region. The Minister of Defense, Mohamed Badaru, who disclosed this in Abuja on Tuesday at the 43 ordinary meeting of ECOWAS Committee Chiefs of Defense Staff, said the economic growth of the region is dependent on stable peace. The minister added that there is a need for members of the bloc to close ranks against all forms of threats against the region. On January 29, 2025, ECOWAS recognized the exit of 3 of its former members, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger Republic, upon the expiration of a 1-year notice period. Their departure from the bloc has fractured the region and is leaving the ECOWAS grouping with an uncertain future. And moving on, the Kebbi State government has confirmed an outbreak of meningitis in 3 local government areas, with 26 deaths recorded so far. The State Commissioner for Health, Yanusa Ismail, disclosed this during a press conference in Brenin, Kebbi, the state capital. He revealed that a total of 248 suspected cases have been recorded, out of which 3 have been confirmed negative. Similarly, Sokoto State residents have been advised to remain alert as suspected meningitis cases rise in some local government areas. In a statement by the Public Relations Officer of the Ministry of Health, Nura Mekwanchi, it confirmed that laboratory tests have identified several cases of the disease, adding that the ministry has intensified surveillance, case management, and public health interventions to curb the outbreak. The statement urged residents to take preventive measures and seek immediate medical attention if they experience symptoms such as fever, severe headache, or neck stiffness. You're watching News at 7 on Western Spring Television. Still to come. President Tinubu appoints a new NAPTEP registrar. Others. We will bring you more on these Western Spring Television. A reminder of our headlines. House of Reps urges Central Bank to suspend ATM withdrawal charges. Supreme Court dismisses Agboola Ajayi's appeal against Governor Ayedatiwa's candidacy. Kebbi State government confirms an outbreak in 3 local governments. Death toll at 26. And on the foreign scene, U.S.-Ukrainian officials hold talks hours after Moscow hit by largest ever drone attack. President Bola Tinubu has appointed Dr. Mohamed Aminu as the new registrar and chief executive officer of the National Business and Technical Examinations Board, NAPTEP. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, disclosed this in a statement today. He said Dr. Aminu, who holds a PhD in automobile technology, before his appointment served as the Director of Procurement at the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure. According to the statement, the President urged him to provide transformational leadership at NAPTEP to enhance the certification of skilled human resources critical to Nigeria's industrial growth. The President also appointed Idris Olorunimbe as chairman of the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC Board. Razak Olajiwon was named the UBEC's Deputy Executive Secretary Technical, while Tunde Ajibulu will serve as Deputy Executive Secretary Services. And elsewhere, an independent panel set up to investigate allegations of corruption and other misconduct against top officials of the Nigerian Correctional Service has officially started its work. The panel secretary, Uju Agomo, who led the session Tuesday in Abuja, stated that many of the cases under review involve senior officers overseeing custodial centers across the country where the alleged misconduct took place. Agomo explained that the panel has been tasked with carrying out a detailed investigation into specific incidents and recommending urgent steps to prevent such issues in the future. Agomo said the recent reports have highlighted cases of corruption, torture, cruelty, and inhuman treatment by correctional officers. He maintained that the panel's work includes providing short-term, medium-term, and long-term recommendations for improving the correctional system.